What up, everybody? It's your boy Rob, aka Ebo Pride, and welcome back to my channel Behind the Static.
Sweet dreams for you. Sweet dreams for you.
Yeah. Hey. Are we live? Are we live yet? All that shit we lived through and we ain't died yet. I was losing inspiration, had to make a little time to go outside to write this line. I was blinded. My brother died and I ain't cried in a long time. So when them tears fill my eyes, I'm reminded of that sand in the hourglass, sipping as the time passed. The ash in the urn burned from the fire that I once had. They say that God laughs at the plans that we try to make. We put it off and procrastinate for another day. Time waits for no man. It's hard trying to play it safe when death comes in waves and never wait to see your lonely grave. I do this shit for no one in particular. Fuck with me or not, these niggas bots. I got a little more tricks up my sleeves, keys to the locks that I pick for. You to say I'm lost without a plan A that pays more. How we like?
All right, welcome guys to another episode of Ambitious and Powerful. We are here with Miss Trista Parr, owner operator of Flex Appeal Gym here in Wichita Falls, Texas. Welcome, ma'am. Appreciate you for being here, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. So where are you originally from?
So I'm originally from Henrietta, Texas, big town, 20, 30 miles from here. You can miss it, actually. I moved here in 2003 after I graduated high school. Whole family moved here. I went to Midwestern State University and then pursued a career in radio, of all things.
Radio.
And,
okay, so how did that happen? Where did you take, was that mass communications?
Yeah, I was a mass comm major, and I got into radio because the internship for the news, which is what I wanted to be, a news anchor, that internship started at 4:30 in the morning, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to make that. So had connections to get into the radio, and that's what I did. Ended up staying there for 12 years.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you enjoy yourself there? Was it a great 12 years? Would you do it again type thing?
I loved it. I loved the experiences. Got to meet a lot of artists. Got to interview a lot of different people that I never expected to meet. Got to bring on some big celebrities onto the stage if they were performing here locally. And then, just the little stunts and fun things you do for radio. I really enjoyed that part.
Gotcha. And I don't know if I heard you say, but what radio station did you work for?
I started out on Hot 103.9, and I was Trista P. And then
Trista P.
Yes. And then I switched over to KLUR 99.9, the morning show. I hosted that with Brad Austin for, maybe 10 years. And we were Brad Austin and Trista Lee. Some really good times.
So what kind of music genre was it?
So Hot 103.9's hip hop.
Yeah, that's hip hop over there.
And then 99.9 KLUR is country.
Country. Okay, gotcha.
Not a fan of country. Never was a fan of country. And then being subjected to that many hours of it, I really don't like country now.
I guess it's more about the job, but not so much of you choosing what genre you like. I guess you just got hired there and you just a radio host type thing.
And to get a morning show spot is kind of prestigious in radio, so that was an honor.
Okay, so was this like a family type thing, or were you the first one to get into radio in your family?
My dad actually manages several radio stations, not just here in Wichita Falls, but regionally for Cumulus Broadcasting.
Is that kind of what gave you the idea to want to do?
So he would do some commercials and some things, and growing up around someone who kind of was outspoken and public like that, public figure, it made it seem not so daunting to me, and I really wanted to be a news anchor. I wanted to be a sportscaster, but like I said, that 4:30 in the morning internship just
way too early.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sports, what would be your sport you want to talk about all the time?
Oh, I don't know. I would love to talk about any. I love hockey. I love basketball. I would really like to follow girls' sports. I think that they are doing a lot better at covering women's sports, but back at the time, 20 plus years ago, when I was going to school for this, it really wasn't covered that much.
Gotcha. Okay. So what, did you play sports yourself too? Is that
Yeah, I was an athlete. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself like a superstar athlete. I was an all-around athlete. Really enjoyed being a part of team sports, but also really enjoyed, solo sports like running, golf.
Okay, that's what's up. And so this the gym you have, Flex Appeal. So it's a women's only gym, correct?
Yes,
That's
and
awesome.
the story about how I got into the gym business is still tied to radio. It's really interesting, I think, and it's very eye-opening. I had my son in 2010, and he was maybe one, maybe about to be two, and one of my coworkers brought me this giant box. And he was like, I have to show you this. Now that you've had a baby, I really feel like you need to know this. I opened it, and it was boxes. That was one of many boxes of jail mail that I had been getting
Jail
that I didn't know.
Okay.
And it was vulgar, and it was coming from one particular person, and it scared me because I realized now I'm not just like having to protect myself. I have this baby, so I have to protect myself or just get away. And that motivated me to really start working out and lifting and getting stronger and being able to run. Got into doing that for a few years. People obviously noticed my physical transformation, and I thought, I don't feel right giving advice without some type of certification. So I got certified, and that's literally how we got here. I knew how important it was for women to feel strong, what that can do not only mentally when you realize, like, I deadlifted 240 pounds, what? Like, it does so much for you mentally, but the physical strength is necessary too. And that's why I chose to go women only, because men can literally work out anywhere. Women can work out anywhere too, but there's something to say about a place where women feel really safe to work out.
Gosh, I know comfortable, prying
Yes.
eyes and things like that, being hit on. I can understand things
Yeah,
like that.
you just want to go work out, not feel like you're on display or being judged, or maybe someone's watching you that shouldn't be.
Actually, that's what's up. Yeah. So, how long have you had your gym now?
So we opened in November 2015. So coming up on 11 years.
Damn. 11
Yeah.
Years. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I think most gyms statistically don't make it past 2. So
Really?
yeah,
I mean, no, that is true, because I've been out here 20 plus years, and there's been several different gyms that have been open, closed, open, closed.
yeah, it's
so
a tough business. How do you convince people, pay me to help you get and stay healthy?
Right.
Obviously it's more than that, but when you're the client, you don't really know. You're like, I just want to lose weight, or I have this trip coming up that I want to feel better for. But it's so much more than that, and that's what makes it tricky.
Right. All right. So, as an entrepreneur, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced building your business?
First challenge is getting people. Let me rephrase this, because you don't have to get people to believe in you.
True.
You have to believe in you. And you have to be able to go forward without worrying who else believes in you. That was my first challenge I faced, because there were a lot of people who were like, a gym just for women? I don't know.
All
But
right.
if I listened to those people, I wouldn't be anywhere. I wouldn't have done anything with it. And all these women would have not the great place that we've built to work out. I mean, there may be something else come along, but I feel really proud of the gym and the facility and the culture that we built. But then other issues I faced was COVID in 2020. When you're told, hey, you cannot open your business anymore, you get really good at like acting on your feet, which you do that as an entrepreneur anyway, but you figure out a way to just still make it work, still pay your employees, keep your clients happy. And then a couple years later, we had that huge freeze. I think that was like 2022. I had pipes burst, whole gym flooded, everything was flooded, water 6 inches deep. Those were just some of the big issues that I faced. But then, like, on a more social aspect, separating your personal beliefs and life and politics from business, and knowing when to keep your mouth shut.
Right, 100%. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, because that's something I learned as well too. That I see that post, and man, I'm like, man, it's a friend too. You're like, man, I want to come in so bad.
Yes.
And it's not worth it sometimes, because you got them internet gangsters, man. They're gonna attack you, attack your character,
Yeah.
who you are, your past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not worth it sometimes. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and it's hard enough to deal with all the things you have to deal with running your own business. Why would you add more drama to your plate? That's unnecessary.
100%.
Radicamos en San Diego, en la Angelina, el Jalecito. Siempre listo y bien activo, saben que soy un peligro. Con Dios bien encomendado por si hay un imprevisto. A mi jefe lo atoraron los gringos que son llamados. Le tocó la mala al viejo, pero nunca nos rajamos. Cuida a mi familia, yo los amo y por ellos doy la vida. Una especial niña.
Yeah. So when you said that believing in yourself, like what were some things that you personally struggled with starting your business? Like if you don't mind talking about something like that, like what's some personal struggles you had?
Like as in my doubts that I had about myself. I would say it was just that I wonder, I feel like this is a good idea, but I wonder if everyone else will see this as a good idea. I don't know, but I was an only child and the only daughter, so I was not raised to not believe in myself. I really attribute a lot of my crazy optimism to my parents because I know that no is an option and I know that failure can happen, but it's never the end for me. Like you can fail, but you just pivot and you try something else. And I just have that crazy optimism that, you know, if something didn't work, I just try something different. I knew I wasn't going to fail.
Okay, so were your parents type folks that tried a whole bunch of different businesses, try this, try that type thing?
Well, my last name's Parr, so some local people might recognize that Parr's Furniture is a local business here, family-owned furniture store. I always joke, why did my family not get into like cell phones or something like that? But we sold furniture. But entrepreneurs forever, a long line of entrepreneurs. And, you know, surprisingly, only the first generation of college graduates recently. And I think, just feel like if we put our mind to it, we can do it. I know that's a cheesy old saying, but it's so true.
You're absolutely correct. Like so besides the furniture, the radio show, what some other businesses your family has out here?
Car dealerships.
Oh, really? A car dealership?
Yeah,
Okay,
not in a long time, but there was Parr Chevrolet in Archer City. That was my uncle's. And then my dad, he didn't start his own business with the name of Parr, but he actually has an advertising agency called Subliminal Advertising. They don't actually do subliminal ads, though.
But it's called that. All right, so you've worn many hats: business owner, radio host, and mom. How do you balance all those responsibilities while still making time for yourself?
That is the question that everyone would love to figure out, and it took a lot of time. Because I've spent time working literally before the sun came out and going home after the sun went down. I took my son, Emery, to work with me a lot. He went to the radio station from day one, and he would just sit, play his little games, and then building the gym, he was right there. Long days of me working, I'd go pick him up from school. He was there. And I had a very supportive family who was on board with anything I ever needed. They're there to help. And when they say it takes a village, it takes a village.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel you on that big time. So how old is your son?
My son is 16. He just turned 16 in May.
Got you. Okay. You want any more kids?
No more.
Oh, dang, no more kids.
No more kids. I'm 41.
I understand. And you are super busy all the time too.
You know, I'm at that point in my life where when I wanted a child, and I got the child I wanted. And now I'm like, okay, what is our life going to look like, you know, now with him as an older teenager, graduating in a couple years, me, you know, in my early 40s, what will our life look like now? And I just don't see adding a baby into that mix.
No, I feel you, especially with how the world is, man. It is crazy, and adding children. I can feel you on that. And so being a mom, I know it has its own challenges. But how has motherhood influenced the way you lead your business and connect with your clients?
Motherhood has taught me patience and not trying to break people's spirits. I see a lot of children who are really energetic and excited, and they get in trouble because they're out of line in some way. And I see that still happen with adults. people get excited about something and those around them kind of make them feel silly about it. And I just don't like that. If you're excited about something, whether I'm actually excited about it or not, I'm excited for you. And being that person to a lot of women who come in the gym, remembering things they tell me about their kids, remembering their anniversaries, remembering their birthdays. Sometimes I'm that person that's been there, you know, while they're getting a divorce or while they're dealing with a death in the family. And I may be the only person they have. You never know. You don't know what's actually happening behind the scenes. And that's just what being a mom has taught me. You know, this is a whole other person with a whole other life. And the best I can do is love them right now, focus on what the problem is or nurture them in some way. And we just get through it.
Gotcha. So what's some advice you can give for other ladies out there that are struggling with that they want to do something, they want to move forward, maybe they don't have the other partner in their life or somebody strong to help them out with the child, but what advice can you give them to keep on pushing forward to try to find that thing they want to do and balance that life?
You know, it's very hard. And now that my son is a little older, that's a lot more flexible. But I mean, if you have a job, I guess, where you can bring your child, at the time, you know, that was just what I did. I didn't think anything of it. But looking back, I'm like, man, he spent a lot of time at work with me, and I'm not upset about it. He was always with me. He was mom's buddy. And I think that you could ask him and he'd look back on that time and say, yeah, I was with my mom. I wasn't mad. I did like it. I liked that time together. But for the women who also need to focus on themselves, please do it. Please find balance. I mean, give me a call or shoot me a text or something and let's brainstorm. I'll help you come up with ideas, but you just have no idea how important it is to build up your own self-esteem, your own self-worth, and your own confidence, whether you have a partner or not, because at the end of the day, all you have is you. And who's going to look out for you? It's you. And if you're not looking out for you, you're going to burn out so fast.
Right, absolutely. All right, so we know you own a business, mom, right, superwoman, right? And so what's some other things that you like to do? What's some other hobbies you like that you fit into your life with all the busy schedule you have going on right now?
Well, my hobby was weightlifting, but then once I made that my career, it kind of like wasn't fun anymore.
Gotcha.
So in 2019, I got into mountain biking and wasn't really a bike rider at all growing up or, you know, later on, but I don't know, I just got into mountain biking and I really loved it. I was hooked from the beginning. I was terrible in the beginning, crashed a lot, but the time on the bike was time off of the phone, out of the gym, not answering emails, not answering texts, and my brain could actually be clear enough that I could have good ideas again and think problems through in a more rounded way. And you know, you're focusing on riding and navigating the hills and the rocks and the roots, but focusing on that allowed me to then let my back brain like do work. That's crazy ADHD, I guess, but I felt way more productive once I started mountain biking, and my brain just like really craved that freedom.
No, you're right, yeah, because the cell phones, man, you hit it right on the money. Cell phones, man, that's some years back. I was big on the trends and all the TikTok, post this, do what everybody's doing, this trending song, this trending dance. And yeah, just separating yourself from that. Just I always call it separating yourself from the herd. Get away from being a sheep like everybody else, and do something else. Embrace your mind in other ways in your body, like you're doing riding a bike. So when you say bike riding, like you like here in Wichita Falls, or do you like traveling around the world type bike riding? Like what? Like how serious are you about it?
We have a really good mountain bike trail here in Wichita Falls. It's called the Wichita Trail, and it's Wichita, which is I guess the tribe that was from here. Wow. So it's named after that. And we have a really great volunteer group that keeps it mowed, keeps it trimmed, groomed, maintained, and a lot of funds to keep it that way come from like the Hotter Than Hell events like that.
You ever rode in the Hotter Than Hell?
Oh yeah, I've ridden the Hotter Than Hell. I've raced the mountain bike race several years, and then did the Gran Fondo for fun and did the gravel ride a couple years. So if you've never participated in the Hotter Than Hell, I definitely recommend at least going and volunteering, because it's amazing how many people come from all over the world to Wichita Falls for this crazy, like, one weekend of biking. And I really wasn't into it before I started riding. I had no idea how big the cycling world actually was. And through cycling, I've just had a lot of new experiences these last few years. Traveled to a lot of new places. I really like to go ride in Bentonville, Arkansas, which is like the mountain biking capital of the world. And yeah, I think it doesn't have to be mountain biking, but I think anybody who's busy like that needs a third place. And the concept of the third place is, it's not your home, it's not your business, it's that third place you go to enjoy yourself, have fun, relax. Tennis courts, golf course, fishing pond, whatever that may be. And this is back to that advice for busy women. Find your third place.
I got you. So back to your lifting, like were you like powerlifting, things like that?
No. I did one season of bodybuilding.
Okay.
And hated it because I cannot eat tilapia and rice and green beans out of a Tupperware container ever again. That was miserable, but it was like 6 months of intense focus, dieting, lifting, structure, routine. And, I did it, and I did it to the T, exactly how I was instructed. Did the show, and I was like, okay, that is not for me. So I saw it through.
You did a show?
I did a show and everything.
Okay. Did you place?
I got third place.
Hey, that's what's up. First time ever?
First time ever, last time ever. It was awful.
Yeah.
They literally glue your bikini to your butt.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. So how long were you doing that for?
Oh, I only did that like 6 months. It was before I had opened my gym, and it was also information I took into consideration when I was like, okay, we are not a bodybuilding gym. Like, if that's what somebody wants, do not come to me.
Right. Got you. That's what's up. Hey guys, I want to take the time to give a shout out to one of my sponsors. It's helped me out a lot in my success with this, and it's MBK Events. I want to thank Ariel and Joey. Really appreciate you guys for all your support and all your help so far, helping me coordinate things, different kind of shoots, and also help me set up my studio as well too. Give me a dope new design in here. So really appreciate you guys. And a different kind of things they do offer is event coordination, decorating services, day of coordination, DJ services, weddings, and also interior designs for commercial and residential buildings as well too. So guys, hit them up, MBK Events. The contact information is right below. Appreciate you, Ariel and Joey. Thank you guys again. Yeah, so what advice would you give to women basically starting their own business, women that are maybe afraid to, like you said earlier, of failing? So what kind of advice would you give to these ladies to start something?
There is the Small Business Development Center that you can utilize at Midwestern State University. Obviously, that's my smart, wise advice. This is what you should do. But then my crazy entrepreneur side, crazy Pisces ADHD side is you know what? If you feel like you can do it, do it. Literally, what's the worst that can happen? It can fail. And then, like I said before, you just pivot, adjust, see what will work. Keep trying things. Don't take failure as, well, I did it this one way and that didn't work, so the whole thing failed. It just didn't work in that way that you tried it. There's many options, and consult with people who are not in your inner circle. Friends and family are either going to be way optimistic and not tell you I don't know if that's going to work, or they're just going to be pessimistic. You really need to consult with other professionals, find a mentor. I had a really good mentor for several years through the gym. I actually had 2 different mentors, and big decisions. It was really a relief to have somebody I felt knew enough about my business, knew enough about me that they could give me good advice.
Right. That's what's up. That's cool. All right. When it comes to flex appeal and expansion, is that something that you look to do, or are you just trying to stay here in the local market, or are you trying to expand outside this area?
When it comes to flex appeal, I don't know that there can ever be another flex appeal. With the way the business evolved and how it evolved, and everybody who's come in and out of it has been a part of how it got to where it is. I don't know that I could just go buy a brick and mortar in another town and expect to open another Flex Appeal and it be the same. So I've never really considered opening more locations of the same exact like gym that I have,
Right.
with that template. But I have considered other ventures of business. I think everybody who's ever worked out's like, I should make a clothing line.
It's big,
But
though. You good?
it's big.
Photographer, I'm saying.
And I do know a photographer. And I thought about clothing line. I've thought about everybody's selling like supplements and peptides, and I just don't feel like that's me. I feel way more into the holistic approach to health and fitness with my clients. And I have a heart for Wichita Falls. I believe that we are a community that's set to grow at some point. We just haven't got there yet. And we keep facing these different obstacles in the city. And my goal is, hey, if I can just get everyone in Wichita Falls, at least the women, a little more healthy. These are the women in the homes making the meals for their families. Not that some of the women are not police officers and lawyers and doctors, but if I can influence the women of Wichita Falls to start living healthier, eating healthier, being healthier, that's going to have a bigger impact on my community that I live in, that my son's growing up in, where we are going to be a healthier community. And we will start, I saw somebody had a great idea for an indoor dog park here in Wichita Falls. I love that. Let's go forward with things like that. And so healthier minds are going to bring more ideas to our city. And I guess that's a long way to answer to you. No, I'm not looking to expand, but I am looking to help improve Wichita Falls in any way that I can.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's huge. Yeah. I watch yourself online. That's kind of why I reached out to you originally to do this interview, to do pictures with you, to help you do some branding and things like that. Is I like what you're doing for the city, and that's kind of what I want to do as well too. I'm not even originally from here. I've been here for a long time, 20 plus years, and my son is here too, going to high school here at Memorial.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. This town really needs, I won't say so much fun things to do, but more encouraging things to do, for people's futures and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would like to see a town that, if you're going to start a new business, you're not worried, will the town like it? And we need that. I've gone to all these other towns. I've traveled a lot over the last year. And the thing about all these towns is you hardly go in and see chains. It's locally owned places that are thriving. And so I know if they can do it, we can do it. We can support our local businesses.
Wow, we just got to get these people, man, when bad things happen at a business, man, don't crucify them.
Please listen, I know this is going to end up on Rants and Raves. Get off Rants and Raves.
The right is
Gosh.
Contact the business and let them know how you feel.
Please tell your local businesses, hey, this was messed up. Can we fix it? And they probably will. And then if they don't, then go to Rants and Raves.
Right. I feel you. I know it's it's insane because I see a lot of people post, man, there's not a lot of stuff to do, but then the same kind of people are over here crucifying this place because of one bad situation.
Yes.
And it's bad for your community.
It really is. It really is.
But I do understand people need to get better. I'm not even trying to say that people that are struggling out there doing bad and doing wrong to their customers, get better. I understand that. But
go for a walk. Find your third place.
Right.
Get your mental health better.
Right. So looking ahead, what's next for you? Are there any new goals? I know we talked about you're not really trying to expand your business or anything like that, but any other side projects you're doing with community dreams you're excited to pursue?
Yeah, I've been tossing around some ideas for some different nonprofit organizations that I'd like to start. I really am rebuilding my own personal online training course, and I like in-person training, but I do recognize that people are more and more busy, and it's hard to really nail them down for really good sessions where we're not just working out, we're talking about like, okay, why are you hungry? Are you sure that's why you're hungry? What are your emotions around that? People don't like to get touchy-feely face-to-face. It's a little awkward, but my new program that I've been building is a little more in-depth, and it's going to hit some of those questions that they might not feel like answering face-to-face, and it's got the freedom of it's online.
What's up? That's perfect. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, I do really appreciate you coming by and giving me your time. I look forward to all the things you're gonna be doing. Hell, the work we're gonna be doing together to
Yes.
help this community out. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? To bring some more life out here. Like I said, I do appreciate it. And ladies, man, if you're looking for a place to work out, exclusive to your own. You know, a place where you can go in there and do your thing and not be judged by anybody. And get some great training from Trista and her team of people. Man, check out Flex Appeal, guys.
Yes.
Check it
Thank
out.
you.
I do appreciate everybody. Really appreciate y'all time tuning in. We think the support from you people out there. I hope to continue growing. Hope to get more people to interview, talk to in this community. Just raise awareness out here. Raise awareness in this community. Let everybody know that there's some great things to do. There's some great people out here. If you're lost, you don't know where to turn to, man. There's some great people to talk to. Trista's one of them.
Yes, I'm open to talk. It doesn't have to be about fitness. Like,
Right, just
you
life
just
in
want a
general.
woman who's like, well, this is what's going on in my life. I'm your friend. It's good.
Right.
It's all good.
There's a lot of tough stuff going on these days, man. There's a big battle between men and women these days with
There
relationships,
is.
life, jobs, work, kids, parents, all that, man. So it's all right, man. Life is okay, man. Just be positive out there. If you need anything whatsoever, you know how to reach me at as well. Hit me up. YouTube, check this out. Behind the Static. Again, another episode of Ambitious and Powerful. I do appreciate you, Trista.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. And y'all be safe out there, guys. Peace.